Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer is proving he is the right manager for Manchester United. It's with the progress he is making. Solskjaer has got us to the FA Cup 5th round. We beat Liverpool yesterday in the FA Cup 4th round 3-2. It was goals from Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Liverpool's 2 goals came from Mohamed Salah. It was the first time we'd beaten Liverpool under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. And Solskjaer praised our mentality over the FA Cup win against Liverpool. Solskjaer's also got us top of the Premier League. There's a good chance we will win the Premier League this season. If we do win the Premier League, it will be our first Premier League title since 2013 and it will be our 21st title overall. Earlier on this season, he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. We lost that to Manchester City 2-0. That was disappointing, but Manchester City are a good team, especially in the EFL Cup, because City have won it for the last 3 seasons in a row. You know, City have reached their 4th consecutive League Cup final. Solskjaer did well last season in his first full season at the club. He got us qualification for the Champions League, got us 3rd, second highest we finished since the Ferguson era, and guided us to 3 semi-finals. He has made good signings since he got appointed in as Man United manager. You know, in the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January of last year, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odion Ighalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of last year, he brought Donny van der Beek in, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Facundo Pellistri and Amad Diallo Traore. I also like the way that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has promoted the youth. You know, the young players have been given their opportunities and he's brought more young players into the club. When Solskjaer got appointed in as Man United manager, though, he said everybody in general would get their chances to express themselves. And we have seen a lot of players leave the club since he got recommended in. We are unbeaten in the Premier League since November. The last team to beat us in the league was Arsenal 1-0. We've been exceptional away from home. We are unbeaten in our last 17 Premier League away games. We equalled the record from the 98-99 season, so if we do beat Arsenal at the end of this month, we would have broken that record. And I think, you know, Solskjaer's now getting the best out of the players. You know, you've got Paul Pogba, that's in scintillating form. You know, Bruno Fernandes, you know, he's certainly made the difference in the team. Edison Cavani, you know, he's done very, very well since he's come in. But yeah. But, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has received a lot of criticism as Manchester United manager, especially earlier on this season, reflecting how inconsistent we was. But obviously now, you know, there's a lot of Man United fans that are Ole in. You know, reflecting how good we've been in recent months, our perceptions have started to change on him. And I think reflecting on the progress he's making, I think he's on course to earn himself a new contract. Solskjaer's more than halfway through his 3-year deal. Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract at Man United back in March 2019 when he got the job permanently. We're giving the job permanently because he did very, very well as the interim manager. But we do deserve a lot of credit for sticking with Solskjaer because, like I've mentioned on my other videos, he could have easily been sacked because we have endured bad periods under him. You know, you can say he was lucky not to be sacked after us getting knocked out of the Champions League. He was lucky not to be sacked after our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham. You know, if we hadn't have beaten Everton in the league earlier on in the season, there was a good chance he would have been sacked. He was lucky not to be sacked at the first part of last season. There's 3 trophies that we can pursue this season. We can win the Premier League, we can win the FA Cup, and we can also win the Europa League. Solskjaer knows how important it is to get his first trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy for just over 4 years. Solskjaer's decision making has been improving as well. There has been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but there's also been a lot of games where he has been tactically naive. But I can assure, if we do win the league this season, Solskjaer is the long-term manager. Reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he's gained some managerial experience. Man United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. Before he came to us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a really big club either. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. And he did enjoy a very short tenure with Cardiff. His record was absolutely disastrous at Cardiff. And Solskjaer's learned quite a lot on the job. He has been Manchester United manager for over 2 years. And this is his 2nd full season at the football club. Solskjaer knew when he taken over at Man United that it was going to be a massive job for him. He knew he had lots to do. You know, he knew he had to bring the right players in. And like I said earlier on, he has made good signings. Obviously, he hasn't brought all the players, though, that he wanted to recommend in. He knew he had to get rid of the deadwood, and he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood to his credit. Obviously, he's going to get rid of more deadwood this year. You know, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got appointed in, I said to you, didn't I, he was inheriting a lot of deadwood, and he's still inheriting some of the deadwood now. The vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's. But certainly Solskjaer is bringing the old Man United back with how good we have been. And if you put the stats and that into circulation now, you can say Solskjaer is the best manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Certainly a much better manager than Moyes was. And we have come from behind in a lot of games this season. You know, come from behind yet again against Liverpool yesterday. But yeah, earlier on in this January transfer window, Solskjaer gave us an update on our January transfer plans. And he said that January signings are unlikely, but he admits there could be further more departures. Now, we recently saw Timothy Foster-Mensah leave the club. He joined by Leverkusen. Solskjaer has confirmed that Sergio Romero and Marcus Rojo are free to leave in this January window, because he said their contracts won't be extended. Now, you know the news on Jesse Lingard. ESPN have recently said that Man United have agreed to let him go out on loan. But ESPN also mentioned that he won't be allowed to leave Manchester because I think Lingard wants to stay in the Premier League. He said we was going to make a decision on his future after the game against Liverpool. West Ham are reportedly interested in him. Sheffield United have been in for him, Newcastle have been in for him, West Brom have been in for him, Tottenham have been in for him, Nice were in for him not so long ago. He said towards the end of last year that Real Sociedad were talking with his agent. Villa have been in for him, Celtic and Rangers were in for him last year. I think we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract, by the way. Lingard wasn't part of the squad yesterday. We removed him, don't forget. Lingard lost his place in the team a while ago, but he has been part of the club for several years. I'm expecting Odin Ighalo to leave. His loan expires at the end of this month. There's been rumours of Daniel James going out on loan because Daniel James has lost his place in the team, and there's been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan because Brandon Williams is our third choice left back following the arrival of Alex Telles. And I think, more players could leave Man United in the summer. But like I say to you, there has been a lot of players on our agenda. We'll make some signings in the summer. I think we're looking to make around 4 signings this year to complete our squad overhaul. Don't forget, Woodward's promised that he will back Solsjkaer. Woodward said towards the end of last year, don't forget, that we will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. And even when we was enjoying them bad periods under Ole, Ed Wood would come out quite a few times and assured that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe. Like I said before, our board have a soft stance on him, with him being a club legend. And this January transfer window, Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as Man United manager. So yeah, as you all know, Man United want Dayot Upamecano to partner Harry Maguire. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Man United to beat Liverpool to the signing of Upamecano. He recently said Man United and Liverpool go head to head in the race for Dayot Upamecano. It said Bayern Munich were emerged as the favourites. Sky Sports recently reported saying that Bayern Munich are in advanced talks for Upamecano. RB Leipzig are going to get more money if they sell him in this January transfer window, because obviously at the end of this season he is available for £38 million, because that's when his release clause does become active. He signed a contract with RB Leipzig last year until 2023. Upamecano has been at RB Leipzig now for quite a few years. Leipzig paid around €10 million for him from Red Bull Salzburg. The RB Leipzig CEO said earlier on this season, we'll sell our top performers again if that makes financial sense. The news on Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli. Recent reports said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to sign Kalidou Koulibaly. He actually mentions that Kalidou Koulibaly is keen on a move to Man United. That was stemming from Sky Sports, and that's a very reliable source. Kalidou Koulibaly's been on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's agenda for quite some time. And according to Marca, Solskjaer identified him as his top defensive target some time ago. Napoli's owner slapped a £100 million asking price on him, but he insists he won't leave in this January window. Kalidou Koulibaly is regarded as one of the best defenders in the world. He's been at Napoli now over 6 years. He's got a contract with Napoli till 2023. Napoli paid £6.5 million for him from Genk back in 2014. Oh yeah, Kalidou Koulibaly would go very, very well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. They'd complement each other. Liverpool and City have been in for Kalidou Koulibaly. You know the news on Declan Rice from West Ham. Recent reports said that West Ham are considering lowering their asking price to £50 million for Declan Rice. You know, West Ham value him though at around £80 million. Now, this was stemmed from ESPN not so long ago, saying that Man United are set to rival Chelsea for Declan Rice. Apparently, Declan Rice is Frank Lampard's top target. Frank Lampard was infuriated when he missed out on him. It mentions that Liverpool are in for Rice as well. I'd take Rice at Man United, you know, because he's a good player. He breaks up the play well. He's obviously well Premier League proven and he's only young, so he's got a lot of development in him. Rice has been at West Ham for several years. He's got a contract at West Ham till 2024. There's also an option to extend his contract for a further 12 months. You know, before he was at West Ham, he was at Chelsea. You know, he was in their youth setup for several years. You know the news on Christian Eriksen. I'm very, very sceptical we'll get Christian Eriksen, but obviously he's unhappy at Inter Milan. Duncan Castles recently said that we apparently made a 6-month loan offer for Christian Eriksen and we offered 40% less of his wages. That's why it said the deal was held. Eriksen's been at Inter Milan a year. Inter Milan paid, was it around £17 million for him from Tottenham in January last year. And he's got a contract with Inter Milan until 2024. Christian Eriksen knows well Premier League proven because he endured 7 years with Tottenham. Before he was at Tottenham, he was at Ajax and we was also tracking him when he was at Ajax. Predominantly an attacking midfielder, I think, but he can also be played as a box-to-box midfielder. You know the news on Erling Haaland. You know, Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer would love to sign Erling Haaland. But yeah, I've said to you the 3 areas where Man United need to strengthen up. I think we need a striker, we need a world-class midfielder, and I think we also need a centre-half. But it's good to see now that Man United have been very, very consistent. Because we hadn't seen that consistency for a long, long time. Obviously, you know, since Fergie left, we've sacked 3 managers. Obviously, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. He's enjoyed the shortest tenure at the club. Very inconsistent under him, David Moyes. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. Did okay at the first under him, but then obviously it went all downhill. We won the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. So you can say Mourinho had one good season and it all went downhill. So Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. And like I've said to you time and time again, no one will replicate Ferguson's legacy. No one's going to last as long as he did in that. You know, Ferguson endured 27 years at the club, won a total of 38 major honours. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Now, our next game is Sheffield United on Wednesday. 8:15 kick-off at Old Trafford. Certainly should be winning that one. Sheffield United are abysmal. You know, they are sitting bottom of the Premier League. They are going to get relegated. I can assure that. They've only won 1 game in the Premier League this season. I'm surprised that Chris Wilder is still at Sheffield United. Chris Wilder has been Sheffield United manager though since 2016. So he's been at Sheffield United over 4 years now. And to his credit, though, he got them all the way from League One to the Premier League, didn't he? And Sheffield did quite well last season. Did they finish, was it 8th or 9th? And to be honest with you, they have got some pretty good players in their team. You know, they've got that McBurney, he's one of their key players. They've also got that Norwood, he's one of their key players. They've got that Musset, he's one of their key players. They've got that Lundstrom, they've got that John Fleck. They've got Berg, he's out with injury till March. Egan, I think he's suspended. They've also got Billy Sharp. They've got Robinson. They've got Osborne. Jack O'Connell is obviously out for the season. So Sheffield United have actually got some good players. We obviously beat them in this fixture at Old Trafford last season 3-0. Don't forget it was a hat-trick from Anthony Martial. Beating them earlier on in the season at Bramall Lane 3-2. Obviously come from behind in that one. And then after Sheffield United, it is Arsenal away, and that's going to be a tough test. So yeah, it was just very, very good to beat Liverpool. I always said, that we had a chance. I thought, it was a really, really good game, to be honest with you. Gotta be honest. Don't forget, we are the second most successful team in FA Cup history. We've won 12 FA Cups. Liverpool have won it quite a few times, but Liverpool haven't won it since 2006. And I said, didn't I, we've got to start beating the big teams if we are to be, genuine title contenders. And yeah, we beat a big team in Liverpool yesterday, but, we've got a chance, to prove ourselves against, more of the top teams because, we've got to go to the Emirates soon, got to go to Stamford Bridge, got to play Leicester at home, got to go away to Tottenham, got to go away to City, got to play Liverpool at home in the league. So there's our chance to prove a point. And like I said, we've got some very, very good players. You've obviously got Marcus Rashford. That's very, very good. Obviously, scored yesterday and got an assist. He was causing all sorts of problems on that left-hand side. By the way, Rashford's got an injury. I'm going to give you more of an update on that on my next video I'll do. Edison Cavani, he's been very, very good since he come in. Was pretty quiet in the game yesterday, but don't forget Edison Cavani did hit the post from that header. I think Mason Greenwood's good as well. I thought he played quite well yesterday, Greenwood. Obviously got his name on the score sheet. It was a lovely threaded ball through from Rashford to find him. Greenwood also got an assist. Had a half a chance in the first half, but I haven't really had much of a perception on him this season because hasn't really played a lot, Mason Greenwood, as we expected, obviously. Ollie's been defending him a lot, though, this season. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes is very, very good. He's our best player and he's the best signing we have made since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Bruno Fernandes, scored the winner yesterday. It was a fantastic free kick at the edge of the box. Obviously, it was Edison Cavani that had won the free kick. Anthony Martial now, he's a good player when he wants to be, but I don't think he's really proven it this season, if I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think Martial's been out of form. He's had his chances, but he just hasn't been clinical enough. But there has been a lot of United fans saying that Anthony Martial needs to be dropped. I think Donny van der Beek is good when he plays. And he did play against Liverpool yesterday. And like I mentioned, I thought Donny van der Beek was quiet. But it was still good that he got given his opportunity. It was confirmed that he was going to be involved against Liverpool. You've got Fred, that's very, very good. He's really, really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer era as Fred. McTominay can be good when he wants to be. I don't think he was brilliant yesterday, though. You know, he got crowded out far too many times. You know, I thought he lost the possession as well a few times. You know, Luke Shaw, now he's one player that's really, really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. I like the way Luke Shaw gets forward. Defensively, he's superb. He gets in good positions. He puts good crosses into the box. Luke Shaw's just too injury prone. I'm surprised that he remains our first choice left back. Because obviously we brought Alex Telles in. And I thought obviously Alex Telles would have been our first choice left back. To be honest with you, Telles hasn't really played a lot since he came in. But don't forget at one point he did have COVID. Harry Maguire, I think he's really, really improved a lot. Weren't brilliant yesterday though. Eric Bay, he's done very, very well since he started playing again. Again, though, my element of concern about him is injury prone. And Wan-Bissaka, he's good when he wants to be. He's defensively fantastic. It's just that Wan-Bissaka lacks that attacking intent and distribution. That's my element of concern about him. You know, you've got De Gea. You know, good to see him getting back to his best as well. Like I said, he's going to remain our number one for at least this season. Dean Henderson, he's good. He's impressed me in the games he's played in this season. You know, Henderson started in goal yesterday and he did make some very, very good saves. And Paul Pogba, he's been very, very good recently. He was superb yesterday against Liverpool. Did have a couple of careless moments, but prior to that, you know, his work rate was good. He passed the ball well, he got forward well. Won the first ball, won the second balls. Good to see improvement from Paul Pogba. Now, like I've said to you, Paul Pogba could be staying at Manchester United and he could end up signing a new long-term contract at the club. His future is on hold until the end of the season. So that means Man United or he himself will make a decision on his future at the end of the season. He recently contradicted Mino Raiola for the second time. Because it actually said after the Fulham game that Paul Pogba's considering making a U-turn at the club. Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga, don't forget. You know, he's been linked with PSG, he's been linked with Real Madrid, he's also been linked with a return to Juventus. Paul Pogba looks certain to leave, but he's now inspiring our title challenge. Don't forget his agent Mino Raiola made an announcement back in December and he was saying like Pogba's got no intention of signing a new contract. He said his career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave, and Solsjkaer was obviously furious with Mino Raiola's announcement because it was just before the game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. Pogba's under contract at Man United till June 2022 because we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract earlier on in the season. You know, we paid £89 million for Paul Pogba, so he is our most expensive signing at the moment. And recently we have been playing him more of an advanced role. He didn't play more of an advanced role though yesterday. I mean, in the league we have. He looks very effective in that position, to be fair. But, you know, if we do sell Paul Pogba, I think it mentioned that we want around £75 million. So there is good players at Manchester United. I think your Sheffield United preview will be coming up later on today. The latest it will be tomorrow, but it'll probably be later on tonight. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.